right, welcome back to Behind the Curtain, where we highlight the best and brightest of the local theater scene. My name is Giuliana Bruno. I am your host, and we're here in our beautiful WTEN Plus studio. Thank you so much for all of you who tune in to hear about the arts in the Capital Region and beyond. Today, I'm joined by two very special guests. We have Patrick White, founder of Harbinger Theatre. We also have Ashley Schuliger. Did I say that right?
Schuliger.
Schuliger. Oh,
it's a hard last name.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you both for coming by this morning. We are here to talk about Ladies' Day, which is very fitting because as we record this, we're heading into Belmont Stakes Racing Festival weekend. The stakes race is tomorrow. So many people have been flocking to the Spa City to take in horse racing, and that's kind of the crux of this play. I don't know much about it. So before we get into the play, what it's about, and the character that you play, Ashley, Patrick, I want to give you the floor to talk about your season so far.
Oh, thank you so much. And this is the second show of our fifth season, and that we opened with A Distant Country Called Youth, which was a one-man show of Tennessee Williams' letters from his childhood through the opening of Glass Menagerie. And you hosted the talkback for our opening night. Thank you very much. It was thrilling.
Well, and it was great. It was great to sit and watch you. It was my first time seeing you on stage. We've talked many times before, and I have to say it's a little jarring to see you without the mustache today. I feel like it became part of you as Tennessee Williams. That play was fabulous, and obviously now taking on a show that has more than one role in it, Ladies' Day, 4 of you to be exact. Ashley, tell me a little bit about your character.
Yes, so Shelley, she is an extrovert for sure, and she's bigger than life, and I like to think of her as a very carefree person, right? Mm-hmm. So she doesn't really think about the consequences of things. She just acts, and she goes and does stuff if she wants to, and she's a very fun character to play.
And what's the dynamic between all of these characters in Ladies' Day? Tell me a little bit about the setting. Set the scene for us.
Yes, okay, so we all work at a fish factory, all right, in Hull, England. So we've got an accent that's kind of like this, and you say things like, the snow on the road. That's how I like to do the accent. But we all work in a fish factory, and it's 2 of us older women and 2 of us younger women. But we're all very close friends, I would say. I'd like to think that Shelley doesn't really have other friends. These are her friends. And they're working in the fish factory, and the Royal Ascot has come to York that year. Usually it's not in York, but that year, I guess this is actually historical, that year they actually did come to York. So they decided, you know what, why don't we go to the Royal Ascot and watch the horse racing? And so then the rest of the play is them at the horse races.
Not unlike the Belmont racing at Saratoga.
Right.
The Royal Ascot was under repair, and they moved to York.
So did that play into the decision for Harbinger to take this show on this season, or was this kind of decided beforehand?
It was a combination of things.
Yeah.
I was applying for the rights for another show, which I love dearly, which we finally got the rights to for next season, The Welkin. Looking forward to talking to you about that. Yep. But I was looking for a show with a heavy female cast, and I was going through the play catalog, and I came across this 4 women and 1 man who plays all the men in the play. Mm-hmm. And it just struck me, and, the racetrack was very attractive because of, our locality. And we did a promotion last week at the Merchant Market at Sand Lake Center for the Arts, one of my favorite theaters. And as I was handing out postcards just saying, 4 women take the day off work and go to the track, everyone's reaction was like, oh, like every day.
Yeah, right. That's just another weekend around here.
Yeah, so the identification factor was very strong, and, 4 great women parts, and yeah, it was just fun. And Capital Region premiere. This is Harbinger's 20th Capital Region premiere in 4.5 years. Very proud of that. It's something you've never seen before. This play is like top 20 of community theater plays in England, done all the time, like Steel Magnolias. Mm-hmm. But we've never seen it. So it's a new play. It's a fresh story. You don't know what's going to happen. And it's really fun and interesting, all these characters and what happens to them over the course of this day.
Why is it important to you to do premieres at Harbinger?
Because we have to do something new. Obviously something is going on in the country where I think everyone would agree that we need change. And you can't change what you're thinking without changing your actions. Mm-hmm. So you need new ideas, new characters, new stories, look at things in a different way. And it's the greatest thrill. Like if you go to a children's matinee and the lights go down and the kids go, whoa! It's the greatest thing to not know what's going to happen. Right. To be, let me tell you a story.
Absolutely.
And just hang on it. So, that's where we get it from. And, we want to do new stuff.
Yeah, I felt that way when I saw A Distant Country Called Youth because I didn't know that much about Tennessee Williams. I didn't know that much about his personal life. Obviously, know a lot about the breadth of his work. But as I was watching you up there, I was piecing together, oh, okay, he mentioned that name. I remember that person. And it was fun to discover it in real time with the rest of the people sitting around me. Ashley, tell me a little bit more about your character's relationship to the other women and how your relationship with the actresses who play those characters off stage kind of informs the way you all bring this to life.
Yeah, so I think we all have a really good rapport in the show, right? Because we're all friends in the show. And I'm becoming friends outside of the show, of course, as well. Yeah. So I would think Shelley, she likes to think that she knows everything. So she has that more authoritative kind of vibe over everybody, or at least likes to think, I know this, and I know all these famous people, and she doesn't actually know all these famous people. So that's kind of how that works there. And these are definitely, I think, her friends. She doesn't necessarily have tons of friends outside of it. So that's how she relates there. And then out of the show, we all, it's a comedy. So we have to have fun together in order for it to look natural on stage. So I think we definitely have a lot of fun in rehearsals. And I try to play a little bit more ringleader in rehearsals too, because, it is hard when you're in a show with people you don't necessarily know. I luckily knew one of our cast members, but I didn't know everybody else. So just trying to play that, hey, let's all have fun and do that. It definitely brings it out on the stage too.
Well, audiences have a lot to look forward to with Ladies' Day. We're going to be talking more about it coming up after this short break. Once again, thank you so much, both of you, for being here. Welcome back to Behind the Curtain. We're talking Ladies' Day presented by Harbinger Theatre. Thank you both for being here, Patrick and Ashley. One thing we haven't talked about yet is the venue. Tell me about where the show's happening and why it is fitting for this play.
We're at the Meader Little Theater, which is on the campus of Sage College in Troy. It's a lovely little space, college theater. It's got a great stadium seating, very comfortable theater. And I think this play is very presentational. Mm-hmm. So it's got plenty of seats. It's nice. It's air conditioned. Which isn't always the case. Yeah, that's good. Yeah. So we're very excited to be there. Harbinger does not have a home yet, but this is our 9th venue. And it became available and we kind of grabbed it. And we have a bit of an odd schedule in that the first week we're running Thursday through Sunday. Thursday is our free preview, and then Friday through Sunday. And then the second week we're running Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It's a shortened schedule because of college scheduling or whatever.
Right.
But Yeah. Another thing we have talkbacks, which you
Great.
did so brilliantly.
Oh, thanks.
We're going to struggle without you in this production.
It'll be fine.
Talkbacks are Friday nights. We love to give the audience like an added incentive to come to the show and talk to the actors. And then on Saturday, we're having a Royal Ascot reception before the show. It'll be cucumber sandwiches, strawberries and cream, and just have fun with the Britishness of it all.
That's awesome. You're really bringing people into the atmosphere besides just the performance that they're going to sit down and watch. As you get ready for opening, what are you most looking forward to in terms of like audience reaction to a moment in the play? Like without revealing too much, because you mentioned it's a comedy, so I can imagine you're trying to get laughs.
Yes. I think this is what I'm most excited for people to see. So this is a comedy indeed, but what separates a good comedy from a great comedy is one that has serious moments involved as well, or character growth. And so I'm actually really excited to see people's reactions to not only the comedy and those funny moments, but the moments of seriousness and in following our characters' journeys. Because I just think that's so important because, you can have a funny show, but what makes something more funny is when you have those serious moments to counteract it. So I'm very excited to see how that turns out.
Yeah, there are some really life-changing things that happen with the characters.
Mm-hmm, indeed, yeah.
Okay, what does that mean? Can you tell me a little bit more?
Well, the men involved.
Oh, yeah.
There's an affair from years ago that shows up at the track. He's a bookie. There's a jockey who one of the young women takes a shine to, and there's romance involved.
Okay.
We find out some other secrets about the other characters' lives and what's going on with them and maybe why they are the way they are, which is always interesting to find out.
And I can imagine the wardrobe was probably interesting too. We know that track fashion is one of the big reasons that people come out and they go all out with the fascinators and the dresses and the colors. What does your wardrobe look like?
Our hats are fabulous. Mine's the most fabulous, okay? Because Shelley is just...
She has it going on.
She is so desperately excited to see the famous people, the celebrities, and to be one of them. So she looks fabulous. And everybody else also looks fabulous.
But not as much as her?
Not as much as her.
That's awesome.
Shelley's there to grab attention.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah. She thinks she's going to meet Posh and Bex and, and she's going to be discovered by doing an interview with Giuliana Bruno.
Oh, yeah.
She is,
exactly.
She is headed to Hollywood.
This is Shelley's, best case scenario right now.
Right. That's probably why Patrick brought you today.
That's right.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Member of the cast to represent.
Big break.
Yes.
So this play, because people don't really know what they're walking into necessarily when they go to see it, do you think that there's something about this show that will surprise them?
Oh, that's a good question.
They've never seen it before.
Well, exactly.
They're going to see the show and go, I don't know why no one else does this.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's exactly it. It's just so well done. And this is why the premieres are just so important.
Yeah, it's like Tennessee Williams. And even people who know Tennessee Williams discovered stuff. But people who don't know anything about him, my sister was like, I went home and I Googled him. And that is a heck of a life.
Yeah, you did.
And actually with this, they might even look at the English history behind this thing, the Royal Ascot, the Hull accent. I mean, what is a Hull accent?
Right.
So what was that like for you trying to meet that dialect?
Oh gosh, yeah. So I luckily was actually in Harbinger's production of Maggie May 2 years ago.
Okay.
And that has a York accent already. So I had that Northern England accent, thank goodness, because starting from scratch, oh my gosh. But the whole accent is just even more specific than that, because it's just a little area in upper England area. So it's got that sound when you're saying no. It's not no, it's n. So I actually watched Lucy Beaumont online, and she is a comedian from Hull, and she personifies the whole person, the speech and the dialect there. So I kind of just followed that and just kept watching it over and over. I'd go to sleep watching it so that I was dreaming in Hull, and that worked for me.
Wow.
So yeah.
Okay, so you're dedicated.
I got a text from our director, Rachel Stewart, while sitting in the parking lot saying she wants to give a glossary of terms to the audience to put into our program so that they know, a little shortcut.
Okay.
Yes, it's very important because there are some things like, are you taking the piss? It's like,
Well,
what is that?
I've heard that one before. That one I do know.
Oh, okay.
Right,
I didn't
doesn't
know
that
that
mean
one.
are you joking.
Yes.
Are you
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow. Well, I did not know that, so
Yeah.
I'm glad you know.
Well, okay, so when people see this show, they're going to laugh. There are going to be serious moments. Are they going to cry?
They could.
They could.
Yeah.
It's always possible.
We have a fabulous actor in our cast, Robin Leary, who was in Maggie May with Ashley. She's one of the finest actors in the Capital Region. She is superb. She was in Swing State for Harbinger last November. She can break your heart. And she has a love scene in this play, which I don't think I've ever seen Robin have a love scene. And it's devastating. A mature woman being able to talk about her desires and her fears and her passion. It's an awesome scene.
Coming up on Behind the Curtain, the Mostly Modern Festival is an international contemporary classical music festival held each June at Skidmore College in Saratoga Springs. I'm sitting down with a violinist who is also the director of the festival to get a preview of what audiences can expect. Welcome back to Behind the Curtain. The Mostly Modern Festival is an international contemporary classical music festival held each June at the Arthur Zankel Music Center at Skidmore College in Saratoga Springs. The festival has already begun, but there are 2 more performances for audiences to enjoy, including one this weekend. I sat down with violinist Victoria Patterson, who is also the co-founder and executive director of the festival.
So exciting. We were just talking off camera about the fact that classical music blended with modern influences has become so popularized. Shows like Bridgerton, even the Gilded Age, inspiring people to yearn for a different time, right? So tell me about how this festival can help people feel those feels in person.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, I'm so grateful for these shows bringing kind of classical music back, but at the same time with a modern and fresh, fun take.
Yes.
So Mostly Modern Music Festival is that, right? So here's a classical violin. This was made, in the 1700s, but it's modern, right? So you're hearing kind of an old instrument, but with new music. So like often even we play covers like Coldplay or Beyonce, or music written right now by living composers who are right with us now. So it's got a fresh and fun take to it.
So tell me a little bit about what people can expect. I know the festival's underway, but there's still a lot more fun to be had. Can you give us a little preview?
Okay, well, I'm a violinist, and I'm going to play just a moment of Peter and the Wolf this Saturday at 4 o'clock. We're doing our first children's program.
Fun.
In 7 years, we've always wanted to do a family program. We're finally doing it. I hope it becomes like a tradition.
Yes.
So Peter and the Wolf, here's the tune. It goes like this. Okay.
Beautiful.
So imagine a whole orchestra doing that.
Right.
That's how the whole piece begins. So it's like an introduction to the orchestra.
Right.
And it's for all ages, not just kids. Everybody loves Peter and the Wolf. So it's a 4 o'clock show this Saturday, and I can't wait. I can't wait to show that to everybody.
And what a great venue. I know you're not necessarily affiliated with Skidmore College, but it's great that we have this venue for an event like this. Tell me about the atmosphere when people come to one of these shows at the festival.
Well, the Arthur Zankel Music Center at Skidmore College is like magical. We're so lucky in the Capital Region. We have the Troy Savings Bank. We have the Arthur Zankel Music Center. These are like Carnegie Hall.
Yes.
That level acoustic. Plus, it's absolutely gorgeous. If you're sitting there listening to Peter and the Wolf, your backdrop is floor to ceiling window into a forest.
Beautiful.
So even if you don't really understand classical music, maybe it's your first time, what a great backdrop, and just to relax, turn off your cell phone. I would say in general, classical music is very relaxing and calming. Maybe compared to my 20-year-old's pop music.
Yes, yes, I would agree.
So I think it's just a great place, and Skidmore has been such a great collaboration with us for 7 years. So
we have 30 seconds left. You want to play us one more little tune?
So this is for our season finale next Saturday night. This is George Gershwin, I Got Rhythm.
Brava. Thank you so much for coming in this morning. We really appreciate it. You can find more details on the festival at news10.com, but there are so many chances to take in the beautiful music. Thank you so much once again for coming in and sharing with us.
Thank you.
Have an idea for Behind the Curtain that highlights the performing arts scene in the Capital Region? Email me, gbruno@news10.com.